A rise in wholesale prices for oil and gas means suppliers have been paying more for fuel. With the energy price cap increasing, that cost is now being passed on to the consumers. That's on top of rising petrol and diesel prices. London cab drivers are among those feeling the pinch.
No one cares about the cab trade. No one cares. Like the traffic is just crazy in London. You know, road closures everywhere. Who's listening? No one's listening. Fuel prices gone up. Our prices don't go up. The meter's fixed, isn't it? So
that's exactly what I was about to ask. Whether your prices go up for the consumer?
They don't go up. We just take the cost. Now in Heathrow Airport as well. You can't when you drop off at Heathrow Airport, it costs you £5. It's madness. Just constantly throwing extra charges on us all the time, and the fuel price got up. Someone going to subsidise us? Khan, Boris, that it. Less sweets for my children and less presents for my wife. I've got to go.
We should have some sort of card that we can take into the garage and get some sort of discount there. It's our livelihood. And I don't think we get it from this mayor anyhow. He's in totally running the London taxi trade down ever since he's been in office. They're being forced to buy the new electric cabs when there's no proper charging facilities or anything for them. So, no, it's tough out there, especially on top of the COVID.
But not everyone's expecting to feel the wider impacts from energy bill hikes straight away.
I believe it'll probably be October before I start to notice any real change, but I haven't really noticed at the moment, really. Obviously, the diesel has gone up considerably in the last few months. That has been a big impact, in fact. But other than that, hasn't really affected me that much.
Director of UK in a Changing Europe, Anand Menon, says while petrol prices are known to be unpredictable, it looks like the prices will remain high.
I think for the moment all the indications are that prices will rise and will remain high for the foreseeable future. And of course there's only a limited amount the government can do. You can cut fuel duty by a few pennies in the pound, but if prices are going up by 10, 15, 20, 30 pence, then actually there is an impact. And there again it's a disproportionate impact on lower income households, because it tends to be those households that depend disproportionately on cars to get to work.
The Chancellor, who got promoted to the job just before pandemic restrictions, has a difficult task on his hands, now dealing with a cost of living crisis, as well as different views on how to deal with it within his own party.
There are people in his party who are saying we need to cut state spending. We need to sort of have, if you like, more austerity in order to deal with this crisis. Others saying, actually, we need to spend more to help the poorest off in society. And one of the problems he faced is reconciling the conflicting demands from within his own party. And that, I think, is the real political problem he faces.
The Chancellor has faced criticism that his spring statement measures don't go far enough. Unsurprisingly, the Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer has been highly critical of the government. He thinks there should be a one-off tax for oil and gas companies to help households and certain businesses who face an increase in fuel bills.
It would cover the price rises today, and it would cover them for a year. Now, and that's a very practical plan.
You don't know what the price rises are.
Well, I'm coming to that. That would cover, if the price rises go up today, as they've gone up, this is a plan that deals with that. So that's a practical plan saying that the oil and gas companies that made more profit than they were expecting should pay their fair part in this, compared with the government that says their plan is a £200 loan in October, so they're not even putting the money on the table until October, £200.
The rise in the cost of living not only brings practical issues for people, but challenges for politicians too. This is an issue that is likely to dominate the campaigns in the local elections that are coming up in May. Jane Worrell, NTD News, London.